Mhm. Hey, I'm live. Look at that. It's a miracle.
All right. What's up, Phil guy?
Oh, Cajun. Thank you for popping in, joining, of course. But let's
Not a
see if
problem.
anybody
You know
pops
that.
in. Uh, that way we can
Got
make
one
Elvis
watching.
happy. Elvis has been leaving comments on my YouTube videos. Where you been? MIA. I said, MIA. I said, I'm busy. I got a life. I can't do live streams all the time. I said, now if they would pay me for it, I would, but we'll get the usual cast of characters in here, I'm sure. But
I'm live
yeah, I
with
just
Phil
figured
guy. Okay.
perfect
All right.
timing.
See you in a minute. Bye.
I couldn't have said that any better.
What? What?
Well, that was what's his name, right? Can't think of his name.
That was Missy calling me. She's at her sister's.
Oh.
They're cooking gumbo
okay.
for her mom. They're cooking gumbo for her mom. Chicken and sausage gumbo with gizzards and chicken livers.
Oh,
What's up, Jason?
Jason Ghost Hunter from Australia. I've been watching this guy, Australian guy lately. His name's Bruce. He does drains, unclogs drains, and this guy's got a lot of subscribers over the last 6 months, and he sounds like Steve Irwin, but he unclogs drains. I guess. Hey, Miss Susie, appreciate you popping in. I need 1 million people in here. Okay, if y'all make me rich tonight. If y'all make me rich tonight, I'm gonna make Cajun rich tonight, so we can retire. Well, Cajun's already retired, but I need to retire. Of course, my job wants to retire me, apparently. But whatever, that's a different story for another day. But I ain't put out the pasture yet. Yeah, I forget this guy's name. His name's Bruce, and YouTube recommended me the channel. He's like, "How did you find out about my channel?" I'm like, YouTube recommended me. He unclogs like sewage drains and drains in general.
Right.
He goes, "Let's fire up this thing," in the Australian kind of accent. I can't do it any justice because I'm not Australian, obviously. But I gotta play catch up on people's channels. A lot of the channels that I watch are not doing YouTube anymore. Scotty stopped doing YouTube altogether. I haven't seen any of the big ones lately. So there's really no channels that I really go to a lot on YouTube other than like Southerns, and whenever Cajun does a live, and he's cutting back, and same thing on Twitch. Twitch actually changed their monetization thing recently, which doesn't affect me per se. But I don't do that much on Twitch anyway. I did one a couple weeks ago, and I had like 5 people in there, and nobody donated. But Twitch changed their thing to where anybody can monetize now. I think they got rid of all the restrictions, or maybe they still have the restrictions. You can set up for monetization, but once you hit the goal and you get monetized, or something like that. They had us, oh, you have video. Yeah, I know you have videos out. I don't know if you've done anything recently or not. I'm sure you have, but hell, I got 1,300. My videos
3 days ago, you got one.
No, they spark up for about an hour and a half, and then they go down. They go. 200 views don't mean anything on a video, a short video. It really doesn't.
I just subscribed to you, Jason.
I'm gonna have to watch that. I gotta play catch up on videos. I really haven't been watching many YouTube.
He's got a good
lately.
one I want to watch. At that Fort, whatever. Says not for the faint-hearted. I love Ghost Hunter stuff. Yeah, I got videos out too, Jason. I go live. I haven't been live lately, but last couple of weeks I hadn't. I used to go live.
I saw that video. Whatever that last video you did.
my morning coffee call with K-Bone on the Chicajan in French.
I saw some of that. Yeah, I saw a little bit of that. I was at work, and you know, when I'm at work, I don't get that good reception on the internet. So I did see some of that.
Made one yesterday for temporarily offline ham radio operator.
Oh, I didn't see that.
And it's called, you know what a Raspberry Pi is?
That little mini, yes, that electronic
computer
thing, yeah.
Yeah, mini computer.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I'm not familiar with him, but he was having trouble with his latest one. He's got a 4 and a 5, or a 5 and a 6, I forgot. And the new version, the newer one he's got, it's finicky on the voltage that you plug in, like a phone charger, you know, or power delivery.
Yeah.
Most of those, when you got 5 volts, it's 5 volts. That Pi that wants 5.1 is finicky. So I made a video on how to get 5.1 volts, and then I got one this morning for the coffee call. K-Bone coffee call.
The ceiling's up.
What's up, Scott?
Ceiling.
Yeah, Scott.
The ceiling, bro. The sky's the limit. Oh, you know, the Saints play their first preseason game tomorrow.
Tomorrow
at 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. Johnny told me that.
It's the last
today.
possible.
I can't wait till tomorrow at 3 o'clock. I'm like, why? He says,
all 31 other teams. All 31 other teams have already played a preseason game. We're the last one to do it. The last one.
There's Miss Missy.
There's Miss Missy. How you doing, Miss Missy?
She says,
I need some food, Miss Missy. Do you deliver?
She says,
send it on down.
She's cooking gumbo right now, so. Oh, it's cooked.
Well, and, I'll probably be back up that way in a few weeks because my aunt had surgery.
I'm gonna turn up my audio a little bit to see what that does.
I got this full blast, so I don't know if it's my side or your side. I mean, I can hear you.
I got a mic gain on this microphone right here.
Yeah.
Right there, and it's wide open. Now, I don't know if like Missy and Scott can hear the difference, but I know I had to, when I got out of Wayne's Live, I had to turn my volume, my gain back up on my mic in my advanced settings. Setting.
Wow.
Your new CB's working? That'll work. I think you got a striker, huh? I forget what the new strikers are, but they all computer encoded. They all got that microprocessor chip in them. There's no adjustments inside. You got to do everything from the encoder and all that. There's nothing inside you can turn. There's nothing. Oh, it works, but I don't know if it's on frequency. It's showing that it's off frequency, or my freak counter is messed up. So
breaker one now.
Get another and I need to make sure it's on frequency, because somebody has been in that radio. I think it's got wet or something, because I was looking at it good, a while back, and I'm like, man, what is this stuff on here? I took off the covers again. I'm like, what is this stuff? And it looks like it got wet, or something dripped on it, or something on the board. It's like not mud, but something got wet in there.
Could be anything, really.
But anyway, it's either that radio is off frequency, or it's my counter, because I got another radio that's like that. But my 2510, it shows perfect, whatever's on the frequency, because it's got a built-in frequency counter. But I want to make sure that frequency counter is actually right on that 2510, because the 2510, now I'm pretty sure that frequency counter is right on that, because it shows it's about 400 hertz off, or 600 hertz off. I'm sorry, about 600 hertz. That's a lot.
It's that damn ghost
I
again.
understand it. They have a cracked ferrite on the transformer, and that's an adjustment transformer. That's how I know somebody got into it. It's cracked, unless he left the factory like that. But that radio got wet. I'm gonna have to go over that video I got when I soldered that audio chip when those solder joints were broke. Much why? What's happening, mon ami? Okay, now I think that's enough time for my audio. For my audio, so let me turn it back down. Did anybody notice?
Go Tigers!
Did anybody notice a difference in the audio? I just turned it down.
Honestly, I don't know. It seems the same to me. I don't really know. But then again, I'm on the StreamYard side, so we need somebody that's not on. We need somebody that's in the YouTube side to answer this question.
Let me go lean off the dock, and I'll be back in a minute.
All right.
Audio normal.
Yeah.
Well, that's why. Let me do this since I got your attention. That always leaked around the windshield. Ah, okay. All right, okay. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn it up. There's the top of it right there. All right, it's usually like I used to keep it all the time live. All right, now I got that thing all the way up. So I don't know if y'all can tell the difference or not. With that,
I actually seem to I seem to notice it going up just now. At least I think I did.
Much louder, yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I'm talking and I'm turning it down. Now I'm at the level I keep it on all the time when I'm in StreamYard on my lives.
It went lower.
It did? Okay. But is it still?
It went lower for me.
Y'all can still hear me good? Oh, too low? Really? Okay.
Well, I got my volume full blast anyway, so but it went,
Turn it down. It sounds like turn it down. You sound like you're in a can.
You're in a can. The can effect. When you put the phone in the can, it.
Yeah, it's probably them fans behind me, behind the mic, but it's not supposed to pick it up. Now I just turned it up a little bit.
Yeah.
About, let's see.
Unless you're hearing my fan, but I need my fan because my AC is kind of wonky right now, so I need my fan on. But
okay, I got it up and then down. How's the audio now?
I think it was about the same as it was before, a little low, but I mean, as long as I can hear it.
I got it above where I usually keep it set at. It's about right. Okay. All right.
We have to trust the audience in there. Mudswat said it's about right, so we go with what they say. He says I'm good with that. I could just turn my volume up.
Scott said it sounded like crap. Might be his speaker in his phone.
Well, if crap made sounds.
Let me go lean off the dock. Get that thing that Missy gave me.
And of course, it gives me the opportunity to speak these lovely words on the commercial wise. And should have woke up the Stack man. Should have woke his ass up and said, "Get your butt in my stream." But as you can see, the commercial is up there. So I'm gonna do the commercial, and it kind of goes a little something like this, because I don't think it's been heard for a while. And goes a little something like this. And this lean off the dock moment is brought to you by Grumpy Stack Tires. By Stack. Grumpy Stack, that is. Located in Ville Platte, Louisiana. Home of the Million Mile Tire. He ships it, you handle it. And then I'll think of something else to add towards the end. I might try to change that a little bit and kind of spark it up. But one of these days, we're gonna get Sir Stack back in here. You know, he's got his thing going on right now where he's kind of off. He's on his Facebook reels. He's doing his. He's like incognito on YouTube right now. He's just. I'm like, I'm sitting here plugging your business, and I'm like, I'm trying to make you $1 billion. So you can give me 1%, and I can retire. You know, you got to funnel it down. Stacks goes 1,000,000 miles. You know, if you roll a tire, and you roll a tire, and you keep rolling that tire, and you go the length of the U.S. and Canada, eventually that thing's gonna go 1,000,000 miles. You know, so. But hey, I'm pretty sure that Cajun came up with the 1,000,000 mile tire thing. So, you know, like I said, file all complaints to at Cajun. Nothing is impossible in life. Nothing. You know, hey, teleportation is possible. They just haven't figured it out yet. Everything is possible. Hey, you know, one day, but when I become a cyborg in the future, after they thaw me out and I become a cyborg, we'll sit back and laugh at this moment. So, but yes, everything is possible in life. It just hasn't happened yet. And because it hasn't happened, that makes it impossible. See, it's a rolling cycle of life. Everything's possible until it's not. So,
no tire go 1,000,000 miles. I call bull butter on that. Yeah, a tire go 1,000,000 miles. You make it out of the same thing that a vagina's made out of. That thing will go 2,000,000 miles. You can't tear that up.
yeah. That's why I told him. I said, send all complaints to Cajun. He ain't gonna do that. Especially when you came up with that tagline.
Yeah, it did. Home of the 1,000,000 mile tire, man.
See, all complaints
transportation,
to
teleportation is a thing. It's called dreaming.
Did you did the quantum physics recently? I just read about that. They sent something and teleported some data from one section to another, and they hadn't done that before. So anything is theoretically possible. It just hasn't happened yet. It will in the future. Hey, I have a better chance of winning the lottery.
I think they tried that with a dog, and it came back half re-put together.
That's because the other half of the dog's in the future, or possibly the past.
It didn't work.
I guarantee you, people have transported before. You know, the Mandela effect. Why do you think the Mandela effect is around? People swear they've seen this and this and this. People go back in the past and change shit, and it messes up the current event.
Yeah.
You know? People will swear, no, I got that. Once again, like I said, all complaints to that go to @Cajun. He came up with the tagline, not I. So disproven or proven this point to me is useless in this neck of the woods. I'd wake up Sir Stack and bring him in here. He'd probably be like, He's doing his Facebook reels all the time.
He hadn't seen Grumpy Stacks in a while.
He's not. Yeah, he pretty much he don't do YouTube anymore. He does Facebook reels. You won't see him unless you go on Facebook. He posts a lot of stuff on Facebook.
I don't do Facebook.
I sent him a message, but I don't hear him respond. He's been happy at least. He's been sober for like what, 3 months. So I mean,
for my birthday, like two days after my birthdays, I always get on Facebook and says I want to thank everybody in my posts, you know, what's on your mind,
He
whatever.
just had a birthday.
I'll make a post. I say, I want to thank everybody for the birthday wishes.
I'll see you next
Did
year.
it all at one time. I don't have to thank everybody in a comment. That or I'll copy
Well, I
and
only
paste
got
it.
10 or 12 people. I thank them,
Oh,
and then
shit,
I thank them afterwards. I mean, out of look, out of 88, I have 88 friends on YouTube, and I'll have 12 people wish me happy birthday. So
I lost count one day after. I lost count after 250 one time.
It's always November. See, mine's in the beginning of the year. I get over it in the beginning of the year, and then I got to fool with it any other time. So.
Yeah, mine's in the first 4 months. So.
Yeah. Well, you can cut Cajun's lawn. That's good. He may not pay you, but you can go ahead and cut his lawn. Yeah, that's fine with me. Yeah.
I just had the grass got cut. My neighbor does it for me. Does it at the same time he does his and the other one. So everybody's yard in this area, this part of the block, all our grass is cut at the same time. 4 lawns.
2,200. I think I grew so fast. I got to 15 and I slowed down. I think I'm around 1,800. And I'm lucky if I got 5 people in chat.
I remember when you had 200. I remember when you had 200 subscribers. You were like, "Man, I'll never get to 1,000. I'll never get to 1,000." And I gave you a few hints on what not to say on YouTube to people. And then you started kind of like you passed me up.
Well, then I got too popular because they got hacked 2 or 3 times, and then you figure out what channel. But I figured out what happened there. That was they hacked Google, and once they hacked, if you ever do autosave, if you autosave anything off of Google, that's how they get you. Never autosave.
I had 1,200 subs, and you had like 400, and you were like, "Man, how can I get that 1,000 now?" And then all of a sudden, boom, you raced right past me.
I was like, "Hey, I know Cajun Coin Hunter, folks. Y'all should give me a." Well, some guy 2-3 days ago. I have no idea who he is. He must be watching my card stuff, and he does a bunch of shout outs for channels. And now it was in my mentions, and he did about 50 shout outs. And my channel name was in his. I've never seen any of his videos. I didn't even know this guy existed. So I gave him a subscribe, and I said, "Hey, man, thanks for the shout out." And I gained 2 or 3 people automatically from that because he does a card channel, and I've opened up cards on my channel. But I still don't know who he is, but I gave him a subscription. I said, "Thanks for the shout out, blah, blah, blah." There's 2 or 3 people that do that every so often. I have no idea who they are, but they give me a shout out. I'm like, "Hey, I'm appreciative." I don't know how to do the shout out per se. I do video. I could, but there is no reason. YouTube just saying, there's a reason why they cut it off where I don't gain anymore. I know that reason. It's because I like to follow the George Carlin 7 words you can't say on television. But that's how it is, Mud Swat. A lot of people, I'll go subscribe, and they never do. Honestly, you can, Nah, there ain't no rhyme or reason. YouTube just picks a channel sometimes and goes with it. Like I said, that guy, Bruce from Australia. I don't know his channel name. I've watched like 6 of his videos in the past day because YouTube keeps shoving it down my throat. It's like I'll get on YouTube and they'll recommend 8 videos from this guy. And I've never heard of him before. And he's got like
you don't need to turn
subscribers.
You don't need to turn when you sub to somebody. You don't need to turn notifications on because once you watched one of their videos, YouTube's bombarding you with other videos of theirs.
Yeah.
It's like, why turn the notifications on when y'all bombard me with all, with all of this?
I noticed that. Scott, I always lose a few here and there. It's talking about me, but every YouTube channel has Autobots, robots. He probably lose a few. But I subscribe to him. He puts in his things. Where are y'all from? Leave a comment every video. Are y'all still? This is what he does. Are y'all still with me? Leave a comment below telling me where you're watching from. He does this every video, and people go, "I've told you." One guy said, "I've commented this on 160 videos already." Because I'm reading the comments.
I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about the other people, the new people.
Yeah. One guy said, "I'm in your backyard." And the guy goes, "Really? Are you helping me fix a drain today?" But, yeah, I noticed YouTube, and I didn't even watch one. I've never even heard of this guy. YouTube just recommended me this guy. YouTube will do that. They will recommend random channels out of the blue. And, and I'm just like, okay, because I watch I watch videos of stuff, whatever. And this has nothing to do with anything I've ever watched before. But, that dude's got well over 1,000 videos. I don't remember his channel name. But he's got well over 1,000 videos. He's been doing it for like 6 or 7 years. I think only within the past 6 months he got really popular. Because there was a post from like 6 months ago where he only had 42,000 subscribers. Now he's up to like 357,000 or something like that. When YouTube wants to push you, they'll push you.
I remember when
they do that.
Rob Finds Treasure. I remember when he had like 2,000 or 3,000 subs, and all of a sudden, one big coin channel gave him a shout out. Y'all go check out Rob. He's live right now. And just so happened, Rob's wife wasn't there, doing all the secretary work, because they were doing the $50 rolls. But his daughter was there, which she looked just like her mom, exactly like her, but, a little younger. And I had to look, I'm like, something's different. Oh, that's the daughter. Okay, Rob's daughter. Well, that night, he blew up to like, from 2,000 subs, I think, or something like that, to like 15,000. Just that one night.
Yeah.
Like,
well, back then, what YouTube used to do is they would let you sub, do all this stuff, and then like 2 or 3 months later, they would start taking some of those away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they do that now because
they didn't do it to him. I forget what he has now. He's got a lot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you get to a point where you got so many, it's not noticeable.
His daughter got more proposals, marriage proposals, in that one night than I think half the women in the United States got. She got a lot of marriage proposals.
A hot lady on a popular YouTube channel. Yeah, of course. There's this guy that came to my work a few weeks ago, and he wanted me to subscribe to his YouTube channel, and he does these horror things, and he's got, I don't know, 750, 800 subscribers. And I'm like, well, I don't subscribe to random people. If I like it, I told him, I said, if I like it, I'll subscribe. And I checked it out, and I'm like, it's horror behind the scenes. He does these independent horror, and I'm just like, not my thing. I watched a few videos, gave him a few thumbs up. I didn't subscribe to him. But he's like, I'll pay you $10 if you subscribe to my channel. I'm like, nah, I don't think so. $10 ain't. I said, $10 ain't gonna do anything for me. And then he wanted me to write all kinds of Google reviews for him and everything. And I'm like, nah, because Google will put your info out there. I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that shit. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I said, besides, I said, you're at 850. I said, honestly, you're halfway there. If you got 850 subscribers, I said, do you do any live streams? He's like, no. I said, well, you should start doing live streams. I said, because that's what's going to, I told him, and he's, every couple of weeks, I see him, and he still want me to subscribe. And I'm like, what you at now? 860, 870? No, I'm still at 850. I'm like, what are you doing? I said, you should just, hell, just turn on the damn thing. Just walk around the place and say, look, I'm live, folks. Shit. You know? But he's always trying to get me to, I'll give you $10 if you follow. I'm like, nah, I ain't doing that shit. Next time, if he doesn't, I'm gonna say, all right, just give me the $10. Let's see if I follow. Shit. Then ain't gonna probably say, oh, can you watch all my videos? I'm like, yeah, you got like 300 videos. That ain't gonna happen. I don't remember the guy's name or his channel. It's his company. He comes around. When I was at Dirt Cheap, he tried to do a horror movie there. It's like him and 4 of his friends. And they got all the shirts on. He'll go up to people and interview them. And I told him this. I said, why don't you film this? Get their permission, because they already have the cameras out. I know 1 or 2 of his friends are filming. I know this. You know, I said, why don't you film it? Ask them, film it. Ask them questions about what's their favorite horror movie. Post it on YouTube. One of those videos are bound to go viral. I said, you don't need my help. You know? I mean, hell.
Yes.
He was trying to rent out. He's trying to rent out Dirt Cheap a couple of weeks ago, and it's been shut down. You know, there's stuff still in there the way we left it and everything. But I saw the maintenance guy, and
I thought somebody bought that. That was gonna go in that building, and another company was gonna go in that building and all that. No, they didn't do that yet. Oh, okay.
Well, no, Dirt Cheap. No, they just signed 6 months before they went under. They signed a 3-year lease, so they would have to break that lease. Half the buildings around there are empty, and you know we're moving down the street, so that building's gonna be empty too. So a lot of those buildings, the old Piccadilly from like 10 years ago, is still there. That's empty. But that whole section on that other side is empty. They're supposed to put in a pharmacy or something in one of those buildings, and then a barber shop, but nothing's ever came in yet. But the maintenance guy, I know him because I know him when I worked at Rack Room, because you know it's the same person. So I went over there one day and he was there, and he was inside. I knocked on the door. I said, "Hey," I said, "Let me." I saw I walked in there and I was like, he was asking me, "Is this how they left everything?" And I'm looking. And I said, well, I can tell you somebody's in here. And he goes, how do you know that? And I said, because when we left, the registers were still there. They took the registers, but they left the not the connections, not the red things that were with the register. They left those, but they took all the cash registers out. When we left, the cash registers were still there. Not only that, I know somebody broke in there.
Oh,
They left the cameras in the ceiling. You know, all the expensive cameras. They left those because we went in there with a flashlight. I should have filmed it. I honestly forgot. I should have filmed it. I wasn't thinking about it. Not that the last day I was there, I did film that, but I got copyright because it was a Taylor Swift video in the background, so I can't put that on YouTube. They copyright as soon as I posted that.
Or was that at the Rack Room or whatever?
No, it was Dirt Cheap. The last day I was there. Okay. I filmed what was left with the lights were still on. They still had the music on. But when I put it on YouTube, a Taylor Swift song came on. I automatically got copyright from the company that the music, whatever her label's on. They hit me with the copyrights. I had to take it down.
You could have took that part out unless it was the whole video.
It was most of it. I still have the video, but I tried to dub it. I tried to sound dub it. But when I sound dubbed it, you can still hear it in the background. I tried 3 or 4 different times. I can't take the audio out. I tried. I mean, I must be doing something wrong, obviously, but I still have the video.
YouTube has a new dub now. It's called auto dubbing, and it's available for every YouTuber.
Well, I have to look into that.
It just came out like that a few days ago. I saw that, and I'm like, oh, okay, well,
I still
which
have
I
the
don't
video,
edit
but
or dub. I don't do none of that. So, but it's called auto dub.
yeah. But I went up in there a few days ago. There's no electricity, obviously, so even if I did record. But like I said, they took all the cash registers out, but they left the stations up. Pretty much everything else the way we left
yeah,
it was
you're talking
sitting there
about
still.
that the counters where the register was sitting on, and they had the red Formica on.
They took the registers, but they took the registers, but the counter's still there. All the counters are still there.
Those were red.
They took the registers out.
Those are red Formica. Yeah, I'm the one did those Formicas on those counters.
Those are still there. Those are still there. They just took the registers out. That's the only difference. When we went in the office, and they took all the computers out, but they left all the signage and everything up. And because I told Mr. Dwayne about that, and he asked me. He said, "What?" He was like, "Was this here when you left?" And I said, "That was there. That was there." I said, "Now somebody broke in because there was a hole in the warehouse, and all the clothing racks that we put there, somebody stole them. They're not in there." And I'm like, "Those big ass clothing racks. So I don't know how they got those out. Somebody must have had a key, or one of the managers just opened up the door one day because this guy kept bugging the shit out of us for a clothing rack." And he came at my new job several times and complained he wanted the other ones. And I said, I told him the guy that owns it, he goes, "Oh, I went to high school with that guy." He goes, "I'm going to call him up, get my clothing racks." I said, "You do that." And he must have got them because they wasn't in there. I was in there for about 10 minutes. I was killing time because I had to go to work. And there was an hour or two I was killing time. And I just happened to go over there and take a picture because I've been taking pictures and sending it to the people that I used to work with. And I said, "Look where I'm at." I did that like 4 days in a row just to mess with people.
I did.
And when I went over there,
200 boxes for them. I did 200 boxes for the merchandise. The 4 foot by 4 foot. And then they had a pedestal that the box sat on. You took the box off, and they had the refill merchandise, like little stuffed animals or whatever. They had bags or whatever in that bin, that square box that the top sat on. Two people took the box, moved it over, slid it over, or one person slid it, and then they had a little stick they would use to hold it up. I came up with the idea. I installed a hinge stick on it. When you popped it out, when you slid the box out, the stick automatically came out. And you set it down, and you grabbed what you wanted out of the box that 4 foot by 4 foot, and had sides that high, 6 inches high. And you put all that merchandise in there. Then you raise the stick up, you slid it back over, and that stick fit in that little notch. So it was an automatic stick that would come out. That was that was for Hudson's. Well, and dirt cheap. But I made all those at the Hattiesburg warehouse. The main warehouse was in Hattiesburg.
You're probably still sitting there.
And I forget how many counters I did. And then that red Formica, I laid all that Formica down on that. I did, a bunch of those.
We sold a bunch of those red tables, but there was still probably about 10 of them left. And they were still sitting in there. When I went in there a couple of days ago, they were still everything we left it from November, except for the registers. Everything else was left intact, like a ghost thing. Obviously, but of course, rats always in there. So there's a bunch of rats in there. 2 or 3 of them that we did, because they were in there when we had the store open. They would get in there. So the cameras
and the ceiling were still there?
Yep, they left that. They didn't take any of those. They left all of that there, which surprised me because those are worth money.
Yeah.
Those are worth money.
And those clothing racks, they made out of metal, iron, chrome, moly, steel, or whatever. They could sell those. Anybody could sell those for scrap, cut them up and sell them for scrap.
Well, we did sell some of them. We did sell some of them. That guy wanted to buy some. He was in refrigeration. He said, "I'll melt these down." And let me see if I remember how he said. Something about putting them on back of refrigerators or something. Because he does refrigeration, HVAC. He said something about doing that. He goes, because I can't get. He goes, this shit. They used to sell this material shit at Home Depot. They don't sell this anymore. So I get the old clothing racks, and I'm like, all right, whatever. So he said he was going to do it. I tell you where I work at now. I found out a couple weeks ago, there's an upstairs. I never knew we had an upstairs. I mean, I knew we had upstairs to the roof, access to the roof. I thought it just went straight up to the roof. No, you go up there. No, where I'm at now. You go up there, and it was to the roof. So we went upstairs. There's all of these old offices that are up there with all kinds of stuff. There's like a bathroom up there. There's all kinds of office space. And then you get to where the, I guess like the units, because they got the plastic metal thing coming out, the electronic stuff, I guess this, that, and the other. And then you go up there, and we went up there, and then there's another set of office equipment. And I'm like, because this building's got to be from the 70s. There was shit up there. There was like rotary phones up there. There was shit from like the 80s up there. That we didn't even know.
I think in 80.
Like, the old things that from the department stores. You have the extension. Those were sitting up there plugged into the wall still. Because we took photos of it. And then you turn. They have a whole bathroom up there, men's and women's bathroom. So this was all office space. At one time, I don't know what this building was. But
did they have running water to the toilet and the sinks? Did the sinks and toilet work, or there was empty, no water?
Turned it on. No, it had running water to it. The thing is, the lights up there, there were like 2 or 3 lights, and they were flickering. The old, the long tube, the tube lights, that you put in most places you go and you got the tube. Yeah. So those were on. Those were on.
8-footers.
When you go up the hallway, the ledge part is broken off. David Carlisle in the building. Dave's not here, but
what's up? He's not here, man.
Well, Scott, let me tell you something. I got an offer for a job, and it pays way better. I got a couple of offers, and I got one. If I get it, it's $27 an hour. And that's pretty goddamn good for anywhere, especially Louisiana. So I'm in that category. Although I did not get the Amazon job, unfortunately. But whatever. They told me no. They already hired who they wanted to hire, apparently, and that was that. But they only pay $18. But I have a few options, so I'm good there. But going upstairs, there's no lights. The ledge is gone. So you got to walk up. It's like 5 stairs. You turn, there's 5 more. We went up there, and there's like, clothing racks and all kinds of shit from over the years. I told my boss, I said, when we move, we could sell all that stuff because we're supposed to get all new fixtures, all new. They're going to give us brand new stuff, brand new store. They're going to give us all brand new stuff. She's like, we'll just throw this away. I said, why throw it away? I said, we can sell this stuff. We ain't talking about throw it away. Sell it for next to nothing. And she's like, well, that's a good idea. I said, put that shit on Facebook Marketplace. They got clothes hangers up there. They got shit up there from the 80s. Like all kinds of shit up there. They got metal shelves. They got file cabinets up there. Because I guess it used to be, I don't know. Hey, for Louisiana, $27 is like, let me tell you. Dave number 2. No, I'm just kidding. What happened to them Lions? But don't worry. The Chargers, we will beat the Chargers tomorrow.
He holds a second place. He's got that little crown that says number 2 on it. That's for the most comments that he typed.
I don't know what the hell that is. I don't see it because I'm on StreamYard. I see
That's
that
now
on
the more you type, the higher you rank goes.
I didn't turn any. Yeah, it's for top fans. I didn't turn any of that crap on. I didn't. But I noticed that going into like certain streams, there's like a crown, number 1, number 2, and I go, what the hell is this shit? I mean, Twitch does that. See, YouTube copies from Twitch. They just do. They copy anything Twitch does. YouTube wants to do. You know, if Twitch was scratching their ass, YouTube would be scratching both cheeks. It's just, you know. Well, not that I have to explain this or anything, but the South, most of the southern states are still going with the minimum $7.25 minimum wage. We're not like the North. We don't make $63. But then again, cost of living up there is high. Cost of living in the South, pretty decent. It goes by your salary. So anyone that would say $27 is low doesn't live in the South. Maybe in the North, 27 is low. Shit, they'd stab you for 27 here. I'm just saying. I mean, places down here pay 12, 13 an hour, and that's pretty high. I mean, shit, everybody's going gaga for Amazon. They're paying $18.50. The whole goddamn Paris is stabbing people to get that job. And they only hired 200 people. So you know, and I ain't lying about that stabbing part because it was actually in the news recently. They were they had 20,000 people line up at the Amazon building for 200 spots. They were getting into fights. They were shooting each other. Oh yeah, it was on the news. I think it made the national news actually. They pretty much, this is how they did it. They pretty much was like, show up. And I was working, so I couldn't get around that. But, you know. So, I know what I'm talking.
Keep an eye on the basement, field guy.
Why? Who's coming in? Which one of them argue points with me? Because I'm not arguing any points. I'm not arguing. I don't do my YouTube to argue. 27 is low. Wait, Cajun, you see that? Dave said 27 is low. The hell you smoking? 27 is low? $27 an hour?
That's good money. That's good money for Louisiana.
I don't know anybody other than my cousin who's a dentist that makes 27 an hour in the South. I don't know anybody that makes that.
New Orleans area. That's good money. That's big dollar city right there. You make good money.
The whole state of
15
Louisiana
an hour is good money. 15 an hour is good money in New Orleans. Like bartenders and stuff. I know they work for tips and all that, but they still get $10 an hour.
Yeah. The whole state of Louisiana is poor. What the hell are you talking about? That's why my friend left Louisiana to go work in Kentucky, making $38 an hour. It's the car plant, either Suzuki or one of those. He's making the cars.
I think it's Nissan or Toyota.
It might be
they
Nissan.
Have a crank. They have a crankshaft factory for that. My buddy was working there for shit. He worked there. I forget how long. They made crankshafts and other parts for Toyota engines or Nissan. I forget.
Rest assured, my ass will never be in the North. I promise you that.
Too
staying
cold.
Below the Mason-Dixon line. Plus, I don't like to travel. So chances are you will never see me up there in Northland.
Well, yeah, Dennis makes more than 27 an hour.
My cousin is a practicing dentist. He's still in the what you call it? He's in the
resident.
I don't know. He works at he don't have his own practice yet.
Right.
He's at one of the places up there, like Aspen Dental. I think he's at that place. But he don't have his own practice yet. So once he's got his own practice, he'll shitload of money. But he really doesn't have to do much because his wife is rich. His wife's parents are like millionaires. They're loaded because I met them when I went to they came down when I went to my aunt's house. They were there one time and I met them. They are freaking loaded. So and it's funny because his brother, his other cousin, he's got a job. He moved to Nebraska and he's making six figures doing construction, and he's got his own business and not regular construction. It's something to do with like steel stuff, like actual buildings, like skyscrapers and shit. So he's like 19, 20 years old. And he's fucking making six figures. I said, what the hell did I do wrong?
All right. So a buddy of mine was here today and we were talking about because he ran crew boats for the same company was running crew boats for back in the 1980, 81, 82, back in that time, that many years ago. And we were talking, I was asking him if he had knew Carlton Fontenot. He was an ocean going tug guy that was from Iota down the road. And I was like, when he retired, he was making 500 a day on that ocean tug. Which, they got cables this big around that they pulling barges with in the ocean, transcontinental, worldwide. And anyway, he was like, yeah, 500 a day. He says, back in 95, 94, 95 was, good money. But he says, that's, that was good money, back then. And yeah, when you're going like, 2 months at a time, yeah, you get big time pay because, it accrues more and more. The more time you add, the more you get per day. And I was like, and he was he just retired not long ago. He was being a captain. He was a captain longer than me. We were captains at about the same time on boats, but he stayed in it longer than I did. Anyway, do me a favor, Phil. Plug your headphones in and then take them out.
Check the secret chat for a second. Just don't say anything.
Yeah. It's gonna make that I'm getting that echo in there on your end. Oh, I think it's gone now. Yep, it's gone. All you gotta do is plug it in, unplug it, and it goes away. And I don't know why it does that. And it don't come up all of a sudden. It just gradually creeps up low. I can hear myself low in your feed.
Well, you remember back in the day when my laptop used to do the alien noise.
Yeah.
Well, and then it stopped doing that. It stopped doing that. Now it transfers to the phone. I don't know what it is. Technology. Who knows?
So back in 95, whatever, when Carlton Fontenot, when he retired from Ocean Go, he was making 500 a day, I think. Or was he 550 a day? So anyway, Travis was good. Now I told Travis, see, he just retired from the casino boats. Okay, but they never sail. Not the ones in Lake Charles. They don't sail. They on the water though, and they have to have a licensed Coast Guard license master ton. Okay, it's no tonnage, unlimited ton, but masters. Rid of what?
You know the treasure chest that used to sail on the sailboat in Kenner?
No.
I don't know if you know. Okay, well, treasure chests used to be on the water like a paddle boat. Well, they discontinued that because of the license or something. So now they built. It just opened in Kenner near the airport. They built one on land, and it says brand new on land. So they got rid of the paddle boat that they used to do on. They used to be parked on land, like you said.
Yeah.
They used to be parked on land, but when they first opened it in the 90s, they used to go down the Mississippi River and stuff. Well, they stopped that after Katrina, and they stopped that after. Most of them stopped that. They were the last one to do it, left. And for the last 10 years or so, they were parked, but they were still technically on the water. And just recently, within the last month or two, they just built one on land right down the street. So they were the last ones to do it. So I don't think there's any more that's doing it right, at least in the southern part of the state. I don't know about the northern part.
Yeah. Well, the only ones that can be in Louisiana, except for like your area, but it's like the Indian reservations, like Coshada, Paragon, all that. That's all Indian reservation land.
Yeah, that's not. We don't have any of that near me. But
right. They got that one.
The damn Indians run that Paragon. They don't want to pay anybody. They make millions and billions of dollars, and they want to pay people. You know?
Well, they got like the Grand Casino of Oils, which is Marksville.
Yeah.
Then they got Grand Casino Coshada, which is the one in Kinder, not Kenner by you. but the one in Kinder, north of Lake Charles on
Kinder,
71,
yeah, I know.
I think it
I know
is.
where Kinder is. Yeah.
And then they got another one up. You know, they got a few more up in the northern part of the state, central and northern part. They got a few
I think they own
grand
6 or
casinos up
7 of
there.
them. They own 6
Oh
or
yeah,
7 of them.
shit, more
What
than
they
that.
did was a couple
They
of
got
years
that
ago they
one
built
in
that.
Franklin. They got that one over there. I
Mhm.
forget the name of that one. Cypress Bayou Casino. And then they got another one
Yeah.
over there. I forget the name of it. That's not far, but that's all on Indian land. And
Yeah.
anyway, so me and Travis was talking about him working on that boat, that engines and all, but it never sailed. It never sailed. All the because it was on stanchion posts. You know, when the tide comes up and down and all like that, then the barge, and these are huge barges. You know, I mean they like floating cities. You know, big cities, and they like 1,000 feet long and 200 feet wide. And I forget how many thousands of people it can hold, and then all the slot machines and gaming tables. But he figured out he was making 75,000 a year, and he only worked half a year. He was working 7 and 7, and his
Ain't too
pay was
bad.
like $450 a day. That's what he was getting, $450 a day for not, and he didn't have to sail, but he had a lot of responsibility. Now he was a company man, okay, and his pay dropped a little bit from when he was working for actual marine
What's up,
operator
Gleason?
company, and was over there. Hey, Gleason, what's up, mon ami?
Dave's not here, man. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what your truck got, Scott. $585 a day, but after your expenses, your fuel, oil, wear and tear and all that, you didn't get $585 a day.
Hey, we don't say that C word in here. I banned that long ago. I banned that word long ago. We ain't say, don't get anybody started with that shit. I'll go off on
I've been out of Louisiana in many states, many times. I have out of state jobs. Anyway, so he was getting like $450 something like that a day. That's what it amounted to. But he was making more than that with the marine operator company he was working, and then the actual gambling company hired him as a company man. Then he had more responsibility. He had the responsibility over toilets and all that. That's what the captain of the ship was responsible for everything. The puke on the floor, he was like, so I mean, he would tell somebody, well, it was their job to go do it, but if uh, all the other, he was the main boss on the casino, so he had to tell everybody, what their job was, he had to make up schedules and all that crap. Man, he says, man, that was a headache.
Yeah, I bet it is. You're responsible for everything. You got to do everything. That's just the name of the game.
Yeah, he didn't have to actually do it, but he will have to schedule everybody, and here's what we've done, because the whole company restructured. The gambling company. I forget what company it is that owns that one barge. It's not Beau Rivage. It's not what's the other one that has a B? Labage.
The Bears.
Labarge. Yeah.
That's in Baton Rouge.
New Orleans too.
Yeah.
They got one in I know they got one in New Orleans, Labarge or whatever, and then Lake Charles has one. Then that's where he was at in Lake Charles. And boy, I tell you what, the buffets are good at that casino. I heard a lot about them. I never been to that one, but I heard a lot about them.
It's probably a high roller one. I mean, but that's how you get the people in. You get the buffets. So Change the banner. She changed the banner to FOF. There we go. All right. Shit, how the hell am I supposed to realize what the hell you're saying when you don't know what the hell you're saying? I don't know what I'm talking about because you don't know what you're talking about. You're the one that's telling me about it. Or you're telling Cajun about it. I don't know. Shit. I may not know what the hell I'm talking about, but at least I ain't talking about it incorrectly. Yeah, I love that. That's just some nonsense there. Yep. By all means, go ahead. See, this is the kind of stuff like, I don't know. I'm telling you. But
It's uncalled for.
damn right. Go Saints.
Who used to say that? Yeah, go Saints. Yeah, tomorrow, 3:00. We'll find out who's going to be the quarterback, who's going to be the starting quarterback for the game.
Oh, they already said it was. They already said who that was. It's a Rattler.
Oh yeah. Oh okay. Because
Rattler's Rattler's got the edge. Yeah, Spencer Rattler's got the edge. And then Shaw's probably going to be number 2. And then Hayner's probably going to. Well, I think Hayner's still hurt. And then they brought in that other quarterback who, I think Deckers. They cut him, and then they re-signed him recently. They cut our punter. So we're going to have another punter, another rookie punter. So it's like Thomas Morstead is still kicking out there, but he's dealing with the 49ers. It's the 5th year in a row we're going to get a new punter. I'm just like, I don't know why we keep doing this. I guess because they're trying to save money. Shit, I'll be the punter. Pay me the league minimum.
Mandeville Quick Ranch is on the north shore of Lake Pontchartrain, which Fuel Guy is not far from that area. Wasn't you supposed to get a job in Mandeville a while back, about a year ago?
Yeah, it fell through. That is a rich area. That's a rich area. Yeah. But you see, they pay a lot up there. They pay a lot up there.
18 an hour, I think.
Oh yeah, they fell through. Yeah, that was the I forgot what. Yeah. Oh, I put in for a few of them out there. That is they pay high out there because everything cost of living up there is high. That's why it's like $2,000 for a damn 2-bedroom apartment out there. I mean, shit's high out there because that's where a lot of rich people, retirement people, go up that way. And before someone says, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, trust me, I know what I'm talking about. I've looked up houses out there. Trust me, I know. So I don't want anybody from out of state telling me I don't know what the hell I'm talking about in my state. Because I know for a fact, because I look it up every goddamn day. No, I don't care about the trucking industry. I don't know nothing about the trucking industry because I don't work for the trucking industry. And I can care less about the trucking industry. I don't work for it. So, nope, I don't have a clue for it. I don't want to work. I would never work for the trucking. That's just not my cup of tea. It's not for me. You know? Now, Raging Cajun did it. So, obviously, he liked it, but he's not doing it anymore. So, it wears on you. But
he's not doing it no more?
I thought he quit.
No, he quit one company. He quit one company and went to work for another one.
Oh, I thought he said he was getting out of it because he had an offer somewhere else. Oh, I mean, this was what, last month or something. He said that on. I think it was my live stream or yours. Didn't he say that? No, I don't know.
I know he just went to work for this company that he's with now. About I don't know, 2 months ago.
Oh, I thought he was getting out of trucking altogether. Maybe somebody gave him an offer he couldn't refuse.
He wanted to. He wanted to, and then
Yeah.
he got on with that one company, and he went to Omaha, Nebraska, I think it was, or somewhere
That's where
up in
my
that
cousin is.
area, maybe north of Omaha somewhere, Fargo or something.
Yeah.
For orientation and all that stuff you got to do with a company, and then they paid him for all of that. So
well, that's good. Yeah, you got your good companies out there and you got your bad companies, and depending on what their industry is, like, and I'll admit it, I know nothing about the truck industry. I've never worked in it, so
now
of course I don't know anything about it.
him and his wife, they quit team driving.
That I know,
For
yeah.
that one, and he was gonna go with a mechanic company, and where they live at, and then she went on a day only job, driving truck, daytime only, home every night, a flatbed. And I think he was gonna be on the flatbed. And I think he might have been on a flatbed, but he left that company and went to work for that new company he's with now.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I haven't seen him in a while. I think he put out a video a few weeks ago, but he's another one that's just everybody I've been watching just MIA lately. Just, and I get that. Life
I'm tired.
I woke up at like 10:30 this morning, so I've been up. But last week I had to wake up at like 5:36, get ready to go to work a couple times, and my schedule's so erratic right now. It's just, I don't know. They'll have me close, get out of there at like 8:30, and then want me to come back at 8 in the morning. And I hate when I have to do that because I don't get that much sleep. It messes my rhythm up.
I'm gonna make my coffee in the morning. All I gotta do is put the grinds in.
Yeah.
And then add the water in the morning and close the lid, and it's gonna start pouring coffee out right away. Right when I close that lid, it's gonna start making coffee right away.
I'll be knocking on the door. Can I put my cup? I heard smell coffee.
There you go. Yeah. And a bun makes a good coffee.
Yeah.
Restaurant buns.
I don't know what coffee. I drink whatever's in the house. Folgers, Community.
No, I'm talking about the maker, the bun coffee maker. I drink Community.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Community.
Yeah.
But bun makes is the right temperature of the water in the tank, because a bun coffee maker holds water in the tank, and when you pour your water in from the decanter, the carafe, when you pour your water in, you put that pot underneath the basket, your filter basket. When you close that lid, that little lid for the water, it's you got coffee dripping in the pot that fast.
Yep, best kind. The other system I used to use, I don't know where that was, but I got 2 or 3 percolators in the kitchen.
Yeah.
One big
percolators they make good coffee too.
Yep. Then the old one I think is in the shed, because I hadn't seen it for a while. It's got to be somewhere. So hopefully it's still in there somewhere.
We had a stainless.
I still have all the things for it. Yeah.
That's how it was, stainless, and then Mama had another one. It was that green almond color, whatever. Avocado green color. Remember back in the 70s, they had the green avocado color refrigerator, stove.
Well, I wasn't around in the 70s, but I've seen pictures.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, they had avocado green, and then they had almond brown, the color of an almond when you open the almond up.
Yeah,
what about that ugly yellow? What about that ugly yellow?
That was the I forget what color that was. That they had a green one, and then they had the almond color.
They had the green, almond, and ugly ass yellow.
I don't know the yellow one. I don't know the color of it. But we didn't have that in our house. We had the green. One house we had the green, but Daddy was a home builder, so we moved about every year to 2 years. Oh, you used to work on them, David? Wow.
So you guys down south, you're buffets. You got the green, you got the yellow, you got the brown, you got the blue. I saw the National Lampoon's Vegas Vacation.
Yeah.
Back in the 70s, they had them colors, and that was standard, for kitchen. Now, I mean, they had stainless steel, but that was more expensive too.
They're getting rid of black and they're getting rid of white. I hear too. I hear they just want to go with stainless steel and black stainless. They don't even want to do white anymore. I doubt they'll lose white, but they say no. Stainless, black stainless still looks better in a white kitchen.
Yeah, stainless and stainless with black trim.
You got stainless steel and black stainless steel.
Like the refrigerator.
No, I'm saying they got stainless steel now. You also have a black stainless steel they're making.
You see how darker that stainless is than that one?
Well, I got black stainless in my kitchen.
Yeah.
That's a I call that a midnight chrome. A midnight chrome.
I'm just getting my fire stoked up. I got to make some crystal meth tonight.
Then we got the stove right there. That's stainless and black. What's in the way?
I see a stain on it from here, so it can't be stained.
That's a black towel hanging on the handle, but that's stainless with the black glass door on the stove. That's a 5-burner gas stove. They got a big long middle burner that you can either put a long Magnalite on, or there's a griddle, a flat griddle that goes on top. That's wide and long. You can do probably 8 ribeyes on it. Oh, you got a fire going! Hell yeah!
Fire going in 90 fucking degree weather. That's the definition of insanity.
Fargo.
Fire going in 90 degree weather. That's the definition of insanity.
Shit, Doug Stack used to do that every night with his fire pit.
I do it because I'm a fucking pyro, and it keeps the bugs away.
There you go.
Yeah,
ain't nothing wrong with that.
Keeps the bugs away.
Right now, our weather is like we're as humid as you fucking guys are.
Huh. Well, the Earth's rotation is tilting and all this other BS. So hey, they said pretty soon the south is going to snow and the north is going to be warm. So maybe it's already doing that. Mm-hmm.
No, I mean it's
the poles are going to change.
Dude, this is normal for me, field guy. This time of year,
yeah. Do y'all have
high temps? Dude, it's like swamp ass weather here too, man. It's like fucking. I can't say it's as bad as Florida or where you guys are, but it's goddamn close to where you guys are when it gets hot.
Well,
remember one thing.
In order.
Remember one thing.
Do y'all hit 80?
Michigan is surrounded by the Great Lakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that, but do y'all get 85, 95% humidity?
Do you know Great Lakes were actually saltwater at one time?
Lake Michigan's not. The southern part, that's freshwater.
I'm saying many, 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 many years ago when the lakes first formed, they were saltwater.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, probably.
They're freshwater lakes. They are a touch brackish. I will say Lake Michigan is a touch brackish. You can taste a little salt in it, but it's still freshwater. But the whole Mississippi's brackish too. It's not like pure salt water. It's not. A lot of species can live in brackish waters.
The Mississippi River, you mean?
Yeah,
that's mud.
That's mud and poison.
Yeah, it's brown. By us? Oh yeah, you drink that shit, you'll die. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Well, hey, the New Orleans, the city of New Orleans, the city of Baton Rouge, all cities along the river get their water from the river, but it's all filtered and charcoaled and reverse osmosis.
My water here, where I live, where I live here, my water comes from Lake Huron. That's where we're dragging the water. Where I live is from Lake Huron.
Yeah.
And I would think I think up around Tawas City, Michigan, in Lake Huron is where they're dragging the water. I think they run a pipe all the way down the St. Clair River, all the way through Anchor Bay, which is part of Lake St. Clair, and through St. Clair, and then they have offshoots to certain what do you want to call it, treatment plants for different cities, and then it loops around all the way into Detroit, and I believe it feeds all of the southern part of Detroit, southern part of the United States, or Michigan, and a lot of Canada. Windsor, Canada is also on the Huron water system.
Oh, okay.
And I'm sure any state close to us is getting water from Great Lakes. I'm sure Ohio's getting water from the Great Lakes, probably from Lake Erie. Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York. You got Lake Erie, Lake Ontario, all them.
As far as the Mississippi River being brackish all the way up, no, it's not. But there are cases of people up by right before the Arkansas line, and after that they have caught hardhead catfish, which is a saltwater catfish. Hardhead catfish. Somebody's sneaking up behind you. Watch out.
My mother.
Okay. So but
I see this guy down the grass.
The biologist, marine biologist in Louisiana had said that hardhead catfish is not actually real rare for north by Natchez, Mississippi and above because of the hurricanes that put that put catfish, saltwater catfish upriver because, you know, the storm surge. And then the catfish get acclimated to the more fresher water, the salt, and then it gets fresher little by little. And those saltwater catfish,
they're scared shitless about those Asian carp.
They get acclimated. I mean, I'm talking about saltwater catfish, the hardheads that were caught in, you know, way up the Mississippi River by Natchez, Mississippi and above. Well, they get acclimated because a hurricane forces them up that high.
Well, you know,
you ever heard of the Asian carp?
Yeah, Asian carp.
They're trying to come down here. Mm-hmm.
You talking about them the red ones or silver ones?
Where are they getting in from? The St. Lawrence Seaway or what? Because I know they're scared about them getting in the Great Lakes. Canada and the United States are all over that.
Coming from somewhere.
There's German carp, there's Asian carp. Your German carp are red.
No, they said there's like 4 species of Asian carp that are fucking starting to invade our waters. There's like 4 species of Asian carp that they're worried about invading our waters.
One of them is a silver. I know one of them is a silver.
The problem I understand is these things. The problem they have with these Asian carp is even our Great Lakes, as big as they are, these Asian carp just don't stop eating. They eat every fucking thing in sight. Everything.
Mm-hmm.
They eat everything. They'll totally script the ecosystem of the Great Lakes if enough of them get in there. Is what their concern is. They've already done tests with these Asian carp. And they will literally eat everything. They'll eat the mud out of a natural pond. If you put mud in it, they'll eat the mud. They'll eat the fucking plant life. They'll eat everything that's in it. Every other fish, every other species, everything. They eat all day long. They never stop. And they just keep growing.
I've heard about them. Like the silver carp, I think it's silver Asian carp. That's the ones that jump when you're going down the river or small bayou. We don't have them down here, but people are in a boat going down a bayou, a canal or whatever, and then they get
won the war.
Boom, 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 boom. They're getting hit by carp.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I think they said they're coming in through the St. Lawrence Seaway, various things off the Atlantic coastline. I thought they were coming up the Mississippi too.
I heard about that. I heard about that.
Asian carp were brought over as small fish, like during the World's Fair, like in
84.
Where was the world? No, way before that, the 70s, 60s, and 70s.
The World's Fair in New Orleans was 1984.
Oh no, but I ain't talking about the New Orleans World Fair. I'm talking about back in the 60s, 70s, Asian carp. And those little lily pads. of those pretty flowers that you see in lakes and stuff like that, but it's covering the lakes and destroying the ecosystem because it's shadowing, it's blocking the sun from getting to sunlight through the water for the fish and the plant life on the bottom to grow. It's choking all those lakes and stuff off in Louisiana. Now those are brought to Louisiana World's Fair, the World's Fair in Louisiana, but this was back in the 50s or 60s that those lily pads were brought in. I think they were brought up north somewhere instead of Louisiana, and they eventually got down here.
Some bitch.
And then the carp, the Asian carp was brought over here too, and German carp for all these world fairs. And we had no idea that it would affect our ecosystem like that.
Mm-hmm.
Our waters.
It's messing.
Hey, Ron, what's up?
Like that. Saying Ron in the building. But they had a thing on the news last week. The Mississippi River is trying to change its course. And the Army Corps of Engineers is trying
to do that. Always.
Yeah, it's trying to shift more. It's trying to shift towards y'all.
Yeah, the Chapala River, where it used to come out at the Mississippi River used to be through the basin. That's what caused the basin to be made. That low part, that's what caused it. And when the Mississippi was diverted, all those big old trees, and now they had cypress trees in there before, the real old ones, but all of that grew up because the Mississippi wasn't going through that, because the Mississippi was like 5 miles wide 1,000 years ago. But the Chapala Basin, it wants to go back in there, and it did one time. But the levee busted.
That's what they're saying. It's
coming down. The levee busted.
Yeah.
At the locks by Three Rivers. That set of locks, not the ones at Morganza, the ones north of Morganza.
I know which ones you're talking about. Yeah.
The levee breached there through the locks, and there was a big flood. That was in 1972, I think.
What are locks?
The Morganza Spillway locks. Morganza, Louisiana, along the Mississippi River. That's to keep the Mississippi where it's at now. Because
I never heard of no damn locks.
Locks,
it's a floodgate.
Weird.
Sort of like what we got up north between Lake Superior and Lake Michigan and Huron.
Floodgates, you're talking about. That keeps the Mississippi River where it's at.
You know, Lake Superior is 12 feet higher than Lake fucking Huron.
Well, I believe it. You say so. I believe it.
No idea.
How the fuck did the boats get through before they put the locks in up there? I'm fucking kidding you guys. I know what locks are because we got the Sioux locks for the big ships.
Oh yeah, but no, we're not talking about those kind of locks. We're talking about floodgate lock. But they call them the Morganza.
They use these locks for the same thing, but they also use it to transport the ships that come in through.
Yeah, right. Yeah, to go from different levels of water, just like the Panama City. I mean,
Lake Superior,
Panama Canal. They have the locks.
No, we have
Atlantic and Pacific sides. They have different levels of water. So when those big ships, huge ships, get in them locks,
Lake Superior and Lake Huron. There's a 12 foot, 9 to 12 foot, depending on.
Oh yeah. Well, that's level. Just the lay of the land, too, you know. And Louisiana's a lot lower.
What I'm trying to say is, what the fuck did the ships do before they installed the locks? Did they just like fucking everybody hold the fuck on and go down?
No, I mean all the water levels were the same before the locks were there.
So that means Lake Huron was much higher than.
Yeah, but I mean it just went downstream and now just like Panama. Well. Was there a piece of land there before the locks were there?
No.
Or was it a established waterway? Then they built the locks.
There's established waterways. There's still established waterways around the locks.
No, I'm talking about a canal, a river running in between the two lakes.
There's still stuff around the locks, like on the outskirts of the locks, that allows water from Lake Superior to go into Lake Huron and various other sources, various other waterways and rivers. But they put the locks in to transport ships from Lake Superior into Lake Huron and Lake Huron into Superior.
No, the flood of 72. We talking about the flood, the Mississippi flood, Scott Keller. It's at 71 or 72 when the Mississippi flood. It wasn't caused by a hurricane. Unless they got rainwater way up, but that rainwater from a hurricane ain't gonna make the Mississippi flood that bad. But okay, like the Panama Canal, people said, well, what did they do before they put the locks in at Panama Canal? Well, that was a landlocked area. They didn't have a canal that ran from the
we built the canal.
Atlantic to the Pacific. There wasn't a canal there. America, United States, that was
dug it up.
our USA's project to dig it. And
no, we actually, am I correct on this? We
What?
actually widened it. We made it bigger. The United States, when they took it over, they made it bigger. Didn't the French start it?
Somebody started it,
I believe the French
in
started it.
America, but
You know
but there wasn't a canal, a waterway
Who
from
started
the
Panama
Atlantic
Canal?
to
Let me
the
look.
Pacific. It wasn't there.
I don't think U.S. started it. I think U.S. took over on it, made it wider and bigger.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because we wanted we wanted the revenue for the stuff coming from China and all that stuff. We wanted it to come straight through the United States instead of having to go down to South America and all. Hey, Kayla Boo, how you doing?
Yeah, the Panama Canal project was initially started by
Kayla in the building?
led by Fernando de Lacq, whatever his fucking name is, in 1881. But they failed to complete due to engineering challenges, typical or tropical diseases, and financial difficulties.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Malaysia down there.
1904. We took it over in 1904, and we completed it.
President Roosevelt.
So like normal. Another country tried to do something. They couldn't deal with the challenges, the brains, the engineering, and the tropical weather. So they gave up, and the little pussies went home, and we took over.
USA took it over.
United States of
But
America.
it's not the idea what I'm talking about of who built it. It's just somebody said, the locks. There was a question, what did they do before the the locks were there at Panama Canal before the locks were there? Well, there wasn't a navigable waterway before the locks were there. We dug the canal out to connect the Pacific to the Atlantic. We did that.
LAP in the building.
And then we put the locks in before before the two waterways met. The locks are built and the two waterways got established to the locks. That's when they figured out the water level wasn't level. The Pacific was higher than the Atlantic, and by the other way. What's up, LA Coins? What's happening, Mona Me?
He said he's coming in, but he can't stay. And I'm like, well, that's all right.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's probably 10 o'clock over there where he's at. Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose so.
It is. He's an hour ahead of us. He's up on the East Coast.
I keep forgetting. That's right. The man got paroled.
You should come work up here, field guy. I'll pay you $18 an hour to be my bitch in my neighborhood. Just like paint my house. Dude, can you paint?
You could offer to pay me $18 million. I wouldn't come up there. It's just I don't want to. I don't like traveling. I don't want to live up in the north. I want to stay in my south. I want to stay.
It's been a long time.
But if I do come up that way, I'll move to Ohio.
It's been a long time since the war occurred. You shouldn't be mad at us anymore.
That ain't got nothing to do with it.
I'm joking with you.
That ain't got nothing to do with that. I wasn't even around at that point. No, my brother lives in Ohio. So if I did go up there, it would be Ohio. But hey, you know what? I might come up there because Zanron lives in your area down, in your state. So hey, you never know. One of these days, hey, I might get arrested by the Wayne police out there.
Wayne County?
You ever seen Zan? Well, I guess that's where he is. You never seen Zanron doing his videos at the Wayne police?
No. Is he a cop?
No, he follows.
The cops mess with him all the time. Yeah.
He's out there filming them, and they you can't film. He films them now.
He's
in Detroit area or something.
Wayne County Sheriff. One of these days when he ain't nobody looking, they're gonna bop him in the back of the head, take him in the alley, and beat his fucking ass. You don't fuck around in Wayne County.
Well, I don't know if it's a county or not. I just know where it's at. You go watch his videos.
I don't even
You know?
I don't even know his channel.
Deplorable garbage. You talk to him. He's right. He's the one that lives in your state. Zanron, deplorable garbage. He lives in your state.
Well, you got fucking say deplorable garbage. I don't fucking know Zanron. I don't know who fucking Zanron is. I thought it was some dude that fucking came from Uranus.
You don't talk to him like 15
times. Zanron
times.
was some dude that came from Uranus.
It could have came from your rectum, but we never know.
I'll rectum so.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I'm heading out of here. Phil guy, appreciate the link. Good seeing everybody. And I'm going to bed. I'm tired. I've been up since like 6 o'clock this morning. No nap. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I'm done. So, and
I'll see you guys later.
Extra.
I got to take a break from it. I might be back, Field guy.
Muscle.
That's okay.
Muscle feel.
I'm just going to pause my camera.
Yeah. All right, everybody. As always, it's good being north of the grass. Y'all stay safe. Be that way. Be that way. Stay safe. As always, love, peace, and crackling grease. Catch y'all later. Pluta.
See you, Cajun. I don't know how much longer I'm going to go. Usually when Cajun leaves, that's usually when I end it, unless somebody's on screen or they pop up on screen or whatever. I don't know. So let's see what we got. Yeah, Miss Kayla pops in. I got to watch. She's pretty big on YouTube. I got to, I'm in her channel a lot, so she's, there's a lot more to see everywhere. But if I choose not to see it, I don't see it. So. Let's see. I was going to start at like 7 or so.
Yeah, that's a good question for you. So, there's a lot more to see than Louisiana. Why are you so stuck in your head that you ain't going to fucking go nowhere? You're going to stay within a 30-mile radius of where you were born, or a 20-mile radius, or a 3-mile radius where you were born. I mean, only like deer do that shit.
I'm a lot more than 30 miles from where I was born. But
no, the way you talk, like you don't want to travel, you don't want this, you bitch about low wages, you don't have a car, you don't want a car, you gotta understand, you can't expect much for somebody who doesn't want nothing.
Well, I got a lot of stuff coming up in the future
because you don't want to learn something, you don't want to sell a skill. You ain't gonna ever get paid good until you have a sellable skill. And don't tell me people in the South make that much less than people in the North. That's bullshit. Unless you're talking about New York.
On average, they do.
No. All my friends moved
up north.
All my friends and folks that I know that live south of me, like down Georgia, Florida, Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona. All my buddies that work and do the same type of work I do, all make more money than I do here in the North, because there's a shortage for that qualified guy down there that Metro Detroit doesn't quite have yet, because we're the motor city. So there's plenty of technicians, plenty of automotive workers. Everybody knows cars, right? It's a motor city. You go down south, and they're shorthanded with those people, and they make more money than I do.
Well, good for them. I don't care about those people. Ain't got nothing to do with me.
But you said the wages aren't there. I can tell you a bunch of different cities and neighborhoods that you can live here in Michigan, and $15 an hour. Yeah, that would be an average wage in the neighborhood or in the apartment complex. But honestly, that would be in a shithole, in my personal opinion, area of Michigan. But you get outside that, and wages are good. I mean, shit, my daughter makes almost $17 an hour at fucking McDonald's, and she's just 18 years old.
Yeah, they don't pay that at here. They only pay $10.50 at McDonald's.
Bullshit.
It goes by wages.
Not if it's corporate owned. You must be
Now,
talking
a lot of
about.
them aren't corporate owned. That's the thing.
My daughter told me the corporate owned ones all follow the same rules and guidelines, and she said shortly all the freaking franchisees are going to have to do the same, or they'll lose their franchise license.
Well, yeah, that's gonna. Well, we got one guy down here. He owns
so
about 30 of
wait a
them.
minute. Here's the best question I got for you, field guy. You tell me, what would you think an average person at McDonald's makes by you?
$10, $10.50.
At best, right?
But that's what they have on the signs.
Okay, that's what they have on the signs. I mean, we all believe signs. I read the fucking sign that says this frozen dinner got 24 grams of protein. I call bullshit on it, but that's what it says. Okay, how much is a fucking Big Mac, or say double quarter pounder with cheese, large fries, and a large Coke?
About $30.
No, it ain't.
It is here.
Well, then you're fucking 3 times the price we are. $30 for a fucking Big Mac meal.
Yep.
$30 for a Big Mac meal.
Yeah.
You're full
That's
of shit.
why I don't get McDonald's anymore. They raised all the prices.
You're full of shit. It ain't no $30. It ain't even $30 in California.
You can look it up. I
It
go
ain't
on
no-
DoorDash all the time.
Okay. It's $11.99 or $12.99 here, plus our 6% sale or tax on what parts of it are taxable. Which some of it, because it's food, is not taxable. I think the drink is taxable. The Coke.
Yeah, but the food tax here is 10.8%.
So I don't give a shit about any of your taxes.
They just raised it.
You ain't no damn $30 for a fucking Big Mac meal.
Okay, fine. Don't believe me. I'm telling you.
I'll look it up if you fucking share a screen. Okay, if you're $30 for a Big Mac, your people down there in the South are fucking dumb shits, because we're $12.
Yes, they are. That's why I don't order from
And our guys
McDonald's.
are making $10 an hour more than you guys, selling shit at a third of the price of you guys, or half the price of you guys. How the hell are you guys selling a Big Mac combo for twice the price of us, and your dumb asses are working for half the price of us? That's on y'all. You're all
Just people in the state are stupid. That's why.
Ain't no damn $30.
They're dumb.
I've heard of $18.99 fucking Big Mac meal in California, outside Los Angeles, in Metro Los Angeles.
Yeah.
I ain't never heard no damn $30 Big Mac meal in fucking Louisiana.
Well, that's probably just the ones out here, because the guy that owns, I forget his name, he owns like 30 of them out here, and he's been raising prices for years. Corporate's trying to take his stores away, because he's overcharging people. He's been doing that for years. That's why the McDonald's out here, he don't get a lot of business. That's why he pays everybody low. He's actually trying to sell them because he wants to get into the making beer. He wants to open a brewery. So, yeah, the guy, I met him once. He's an ass. Like 10 years ago, he was paying everybody $8 an hour, and everybody walked off. Everybody walked off the job. They closed the store down for about a month or two because all the workers quit. He had to hire brand new workers. So, I mean, because it's not franchise owned. It's not franchise owned. They can do what they want, apparently. I don't know. Hold on 1 second. Somebody's calling me.
The Big Mac. I gotta go down to your area now so I can find out where that I had this kick-ass Big Mac that's $30 fucking. Now you muted the mic. Probably had to take a dump.